When I first read this study that just came out in the NSCA's Journal of Strength and Conditioning Research, I immediately thought about what I preach about all the time on social media. Intensity matters. There are so many examples of various types of physical activity where the people who engage in it think they're exercising when the truth is they aren't. Exercise is defined as a subset of physical activity that is planned, structured, repetitive, and purposeful, and that is frequently employed for improving or maintaining optimal levels of physical fitness and function. All exercise is physical activity. Not all physical activity falls under the umbrella of exercise. The only way to maintain or improve optimal levels of physical fitness is if the exercise program includes adequate frequency, volume or duration, and intensity. So now back to this study, and I'll just read verbatim from the introduction. Skill acquisition has traditionally been taught during a formal dance class, which is believed to sufficiently provide technical, physical, and aesthetic components. Contrary to this belief, dancers possess fitness levels comparable with sedentary persons of a similar age, present only 77% of the weight predicted strength norms, and commonly display weakness about the knee joint and muscular imbalances. Jazz, ballet, and contemporary dancers are examples of athletes who place high value on proper posture and alignment, but don't place high value on strength and conditioning, as this and many related studies confirm. Because of that, they also have some of the highest injury rates of any athlete, and many are considered unfit when you compare them to age-related norms. This study also shows that the perfect posture makes perfect platitude, repeated so often in sports medicine circles, doesn't hold weight when it's in the absence of a properly designed, total body, progressive strength and conditioning program. And it shows that perfect posture without strength may not reduce the risk of injury or pain, but strength without perfect posture can. The reason why is because as you increase strength, you simultaneously increase the sphere within which your body can operate without getting injured, because your tissue can tolerate higher loads, forces, and stressors, which is not the case when you're weak, no matter how perfect your posture is. Lastly, this study showed that there is a transfer of training effects to function and performance. The resistance training program they were on revolved primarily around squat, deadlift, and lunge variations, hip thrusts, rows, and push-ups, all of which would be considered traditional exercises. The result of performing these exercises across the 15, 8, and 6 repetition ranges led to a transfer of adaptations over to their dancing performance, including improvements in balance. Think about that. Dancers who are really good at balancing improved balance, more specifically, single leg jumping and landing patterns, just by increasing strength. In other words, you don't have to load a specific movement to see improvements in function and performance, or even balance. Increases in strength also increase function and performance, including in unrelated tasks. The researchers specifically selected exercises to promote muscle balance around joints, which should always be part of the focus of a resistance training program, yet oftentimes is not the case. All resistance training programs should be designed to strengthen every major muscle group in the body, which means there's a need to include strengthening in all 3 planes of motion. In any case, I'm not just picking on dancers. That isn't my point. The concepts within and the results of this study apply to many people who are physically active and consider themselves exercisers, when the truth is that they lack intensity within their overall program and lack a program that promotes muscle balance. For health, well-being, longevity, and quality of life, intensity matters. A program should definitely begin with low to moderate intensity and progress over time, but it's also true that a well-designed and well-balanced comprehensive exercise program will also include vigorous intensity exercise. So if your program doesn't include a vigorous anaerobic component, you're really missing out.